Hello everyone and welcome back. In this video we're going to modularize our code by using macros and as well work a little bit more with our inputs. With that said, let's code this. Alright, let's get started and let's start with the player 0 inputs, and all I want to do is add our diagonal movements. So to do that, let me just copy and paste this. And I'll probably, after the video is over, I'll comment this part out and I'll upload it to GitHub. But this one we're gonna need to do our diagonal movements, and let's start with let's say upright. And I have here my style menu open, and so up is 4 and right is 7. So let's do that. 3, 4, 5. So that part is done. Let's do our up left. And where is the left? Left is this 6. So it's 4 instead of here. 0, 6. This should be up left. Paste this over here. We're gonna put down right this time. Let me save this. Ooh. Okay, down is 5 and right is 7. So we're 1 0 0 1. And this one's gonna be down left. Let's come over here. Left is 6. So this is a 0, this is a 1. Alright, so you're all set over here. Let me. Okay. Alright, so everything is all set. So let's now just create these labels over here. And I'll just check if you see if the unsolved symbol showed up, and it did. So now you want to do upright, so that's pretty easy. You're gonna increment player 0x, increment player 0. Oh, I was confused. Oh, 0y. Pretty easy. Then let me just copy this, jump to input. So let me test this out really fast. Oh, I don't have this. So so let's create all of them, and then we'll test it out. So that's upright. Let's put up left. And we're going up. So we're incrementing y, but we're decrementing x since you're going left. Pretty easy. Then you're gonna down right, which we are decrementing y this time, but incrementing x. And the last one we have is down left, which should decrement both of them. Down left. And let's decrement both. Alright, so let's just test this out, see how it works. So here's going up and down, right and left, diagonals. So it's going everywhere. Okay, so now we got that covered. Oh, let me save this. And now you're all set with that. We should do the same thing for player 1 input. So let me just copy everything that I have here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're gonna change it right over here. View here. And this time it's gonna be player 1. You're also gonna copy this part over here since we need this. And all of this is going to be player 1, player 1, player 1, player 1. And we're going to, instead of P1, we're going to go to exit input. Alright, and of course you need to change this instead of player 0 to player 1, which is pretty easy and should be pretty fast. we're all set over here. And the only thing that you need to change over here now is our values over here. So let's open everything over again. Up is 0 and right. Okay, so we have 0, 0, 0. So as you see over here, let me go up over here where we were. We're just shifting the zeros over here, so that should be pretty easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So everything should be all set. Let me. No, I was confused. Okay. Okay. This is player 1. Let's see. This is player 2. You can see from the animation. Should I change the colors? But that's fine. So all of them is working and everything's going fine. So we all set with that. But now let's jump to the main code that I wanted to work with, and that is having this part modularized. So let's create our macro. So let's go over here. Let's create a new file. New file. Let's give it a name. I'm gonna call my macro. My macro, can call it whatever. Put .h because I assigned .h to be a DASM file or 6502. And let me open up over here my other macro just for reference. And let's just start with it. So, oh, not you. Let's come over here all the way to the top. I'm sorry. And let's include over here our macro. Include my macro.h. Save this. No error so far. Perfect. So now let's copy that part over here and change it, and then change it when you need for the part that we need. So we're gonna copy all of this. Yep. Copy this. All right. So let's start. Start our macro over here. Give it some space. Macn. Let's give it a name. Let's call it frame. Animation change frame. Something like that. Let's come over here. And just to start this out, let's just put animation change frame over here. So let's run this. Alright, so now nothing's happening because I took out that code over there. That's what the thing was, the error was. If you run it over here. Save this. Alright. Let's clean up the error over there. So right over here. Let's put our code back. Let me give it some space to look at prettier. Alright, so we're moving. Let me save over here. Save over here. Now let me put it over here. Alright, so now we're back. So now let's change our macro over here. First, we're gonna need some parameters. First, we're gonna give it a name. Let's say player frame per second. Let's set this to the first parameter that we receive. So let's change all of this. All this P0 gonna replace to this P0 frame per second. That should be all of them. The next one we're gonna change is our address to jump out of. So let's call it address cell. Set that to the second parameter, 2. So let me copy and paste this to this one. So we're just replacing our code that we know already works. Perfect. Next, you're gonna need a frame counter. So let's go with this. Let's just call it counter. Our counter. Set it to 3, our third parameter over here. Oh, copy this. Just replace this with counter. Perfect. And the last two things we need is our lower and then higher range. So lower range, set to the value 4, and high range, set that to the value 5. Not value, but our fifth parameter. Caps lock's on. So let me copy this. So this is our low range. So is this one. And this is going to be our high range. So high range. Don't forget the dot. It's a temporary label. Whenever you make a macro, you should work with your temporary labels only. So let me assemble. Okay. Let me come over here and put it on the code. Move right frame. Animate change frame. So the first value that I have over here is the player frame per second. So let's be 0 FPS. The second value is address out. Is going to be player 1 input. Next, after that, we have our counter for our, let's say our P0 frame counter. P0. Oops, I'm gonna do it. Okay, frame counter. Then you have our low range and your high range. So let's run this. So let me press right, and here it is, my character moving, pretty much like before. So we got that all set. But now, since it's a modularized, let's do all the other ones. So we have here right. Let's do the left. And we're gonna call this left. Actually, you know what? Instead of having two of them, let's just do the same thing over here. Left and right is the same one. So let me assemble. So here's right, here's left. So as you see over here, he's just doing the same animation but going backwards. So we could keep that, but I'm not going to. Let's go over here for, oh, here it is. I want to just do this. So on player, you're gonna load, let's load A with 0 and start that into your reflect player 0 before you go to there. And here you're gonna do the same thing, but this one, this time we're gonna load FF. The only actual value you need to change is this one over here, but you know, FF is all of them, so that's easier. So now let me assemble this and run. So here's my character going forward, and here, as you see, because of the reflect player, I don't need to actually have the animation animate the right one. You can just do this. So I got this down, and now let's do our animation up. So instead of right, let's move horizontal. I think that's described it a little bit better. And up and down is going to be the same thing. Where is up and down? Jump to move vertical frame. So let's just create this, and we can do this right over here. So still, all of this is still the same. The only difference is our range, and the range is going to be the values 4, 5, and 6, as you have over here. So let's come up over here and add this to 4 to 6. Let me assemble this. Oh, label mismatch. Oh, vertical. There you go. Let's try this. Alright, so as you see, I'm pressing down. The character is animating. So we have that one here. Where is it down? Vertical. You're gonna do the same thing for the up. So here it is. Our character is moving. Let's do the same thing for our diagonal over here. So are we doing over here? Let me okay, upright. So now I have a choice. I can either, when I move up and down, I can keep this right or left animation. So like this. Something like this. Where's my player now? I lost him. Let me see. Or something like this, where you can just, I can either use the up or left animation. I could have made a up and down, but I don't think I need the need of that. But I'm just gonna keep this horizontal frame for our diagonal movements over here. So put this over here. So I got that all set. Oh, sorry for that. And now let's change our reposition over here. So whenever you go right, you're gonna leave it. Gonna undo the player reflect. And whenever you go left, you're gonna enable the player reflect. So right over here. Where's the other one I'm missing? Right over here. So let me assemble this. So here it is. It's animating all the way across. The only thing that I don't like, as soon as I stop, sometimes the frame is gonna end like that. So let's just come over here. Whoops. And if nothing was pressed, let's come over here. Player input, all of this, nothing was pressed. Gonna load a of 0. I'm not sure what value it has. And let's store that value into your player 0 frame counter. Let's assemble this. And here, there it is. If I stop doing the animation, it's just gonna go back to the idle animation. Oh, let me also store that value into your reflect player 0. So it's always gonna be facing right as soon as you're done. So there it is. You see, oh, it's turning back to the right direction. So we got that all set. And the only thing left we have to do is do the exact same thing to the player 1 input. And pretty much I think that's gonna be it for this video. I'm just gonna do the same thing to the player 1 input, the exact same thing. The animation frame is gonna be almost the same. The only difference is gonna change the value for player 1. This is gonna be exit input, and this is going to be player 1 frame, but the exact same thing. And that's the power of our macros over here, and we're able to create our character that's moving across the screen just like that. So now you have our character animated and working as intended. And in the next video, we're going to start just going to put a a start for a court frame, something a design, because there is, if you remember from the animation design, there is gonna be a part where you're gonna have a ball. He has to move. If he doesn't have the ball, if the player that has the ball has to stand still, something like this. And to do this extra part of the code, I'm gonna need the court. So in order, once he hits the edges, the ball can bounce. So in the next video, we're gonna move towards that, and to start that, we're gonna have to create our court. So with all that said, thanks for watching. See you guys.